Hi, welcome back to Bumpy Road. Today I am going to be bottling out of the keg using the last straw, and just wanted to show kind of what you could do to use the CO2 portion if you do not have a double gas lined pressure gauge. Like I have a single, so I got the single line right here, and then it goes into a splitter. Because what they say is you'll need a double gas pressure line. So you don't need that if you have this splitter, because at this tail end, this is so if you want to piggyback another splitter up here and add more keg lines. So we just unscrew this little stopper here at the end, and the CO2 line will attach right to that. So go ahead and get this all set up, and I'll be bottling 6 bottles of the bourbon chocolate teleporter. All the tubing clean, sanitized, the last straw clean, sanitized. Before hooking the tubing up, I made sure I turned off all the lines to the CO2. Otherwise, it would have just kept spraying out. So to make sure you turn all the CO2 off before hooking any of your tubing up. Get all hooked up, turn it back on, and then I just put the PSI down to 8. That way it shouldn't get too foamy while dispensing into the bottles. I do have some air through the liquid line right now because I just hooked it up to the keg. So what I'm going to do is I have a little test glass here. Just going to first start to fill that, and then that will also let me know if this thing is leaking, because the first time I ever used it, it kept leaking. So if I have to make any adjustments, I'll do that prior. So just go ahead, put that down, and it does not seem to be leaking. So now I have the liquid in the line. Go ahead and get the first bottle out. Stick this down in. Just going to push the button here. This is going to purge the bottle with CO2. Just give that like a 5 or 6 second count, and go ahead and start filling from the bottom. Go right up to the top there with the bubbles, and go ahead and take it out. Now it does seem to be leaking a little bit, so having some issues with the, shut this down. Seem to be having some issues with the spring inside wants to go sideways, which doesn't allow it to stop flowing. So it's my major gripe with this damn thing. Happens every freaking time so far. As you can see, it's just leaking out. It's not supposed to do that. It should stop. I had to try to get this one capped without knocking everything over here. It's not gonna work. I'll lay it down like so. Maybe, come on, something help work here. Okay. Screw it. It's just going on the table. Let's get this one capped at least. So it's right up to the top there. I'll move on to fixing this stupid thing first. Looks like the spring is on the close off there, straight up and down. Seems good. Wipe it down real quick. Just dip that tip there in the sanitizer again. All right, let's go for number. Bottle number 2. I'm just going to get the air out of that. Okay, it's still kind of dripping. That shouldn't happen. Yeah. Said second time using this. First time it filled up, I don't know how many bottles, but it was the very tail end when I finally got this thing to stop doing this. But it wants to keep doing it again. So get the beer gun from BuMpY. It probably works better. Just gonna get the bottles lined up and just do this right down the line since it's gonna keep leaking apparently. all capped. Now it's just time for cleanup. Gonna rinse these bottles off and everything. Cheers.